The warning signal, the vast darkness of space, stretched endlessly. In this quiet emptiness, a fleet of alien warships moved carefully through the stars. Their sharp eyes, high-tech sensors scanned every corner of the nearby system. The aliens were proud of their power. They believed no one could challenge them here. Commander Ralvik stood on the bridge of the flagship, watching the glowing screens. His claws tapped the control panel nervously. "All clear so far," he said, "but keep your eyes open. Humans are not known to visit this sector." For many years, the aliens had heard stories about humans. They were seen as a minor species, weak, disorganized, and unworthy of serious attention. The galaxy's great powers often ignored Earth and its people. But rumors whispered about strange human technology and fierce warriors hidden beneath that quiet world. Suddenly, the sensors on. The flagship started to beep wildly. Red lights flashed. An unknown object had appeared on the edge of their system. "Commander, we have a large ship entering our space," shouted Lieutenant Corin, the sensor officer. Ralvik's eyes narrowed. "Show me." The screen showed a giant ship unlike any they had seen before. It was bulky and dark, shaped in a way that seemed strange, but powerful. The human warship was moving steadily toward them. Its silhouette was clear on the sensor map. The entire bridge grew silent. Ralvik's voice dropped low but strong. "A human warship here? Impossible." Corin shook his head. "The sensors don't lie. It's massive. It is armed, and it's coming fast." The fleet's other ships began to send messages back and forth. Confused chatter filled the airwaves. Ralvik looked at his crew. "Prepare the fleet for battle, but do not fire until I say so." "Yes, Commander." The alien pilots hurried to their stations. The large fleet shifted formation. Their ships moved closer together, ready to defend or attack at any moment. The human warship drew nearer. Suddenly, it turned on a strange glowing shield. The shield pulsed with blue light, like a star caught in a cage. The aliens had never seen technology like this before. Their sensors struggled to analyze the shield. Ralvik clenched his claws. "What is this power?" "We don't know," Corin answered. "It absorbs energy attacks, almost perfectly." The aliens stared in shock as the human warship's shield grew. Stronger, the alien fleet tried to communicate with the human ship. "Unknown ship," a voice crackled over the radio. "Identify yourself. State your purpose." There was no answer. Minutes passed. The human warship stayed silent, moving slowly into the heart of the alien fleet. Fear began to spread among the alien crews. No one knew what the humans wanted. Was this an invasion? A warning? Or something else? Ralvik called his officers to a quick meeting. "We have no choice but to prepare for the worst," he said. "Humans may be stronger than we thought. This could be a trap." One officer, a young lieutenant named Varric, whispered, "Commander, should we call for reinforcements from the homeworld?" Ralvik shook his head. "No. If we do, the humans will know we are afraid. We must face them here. If we survive, we will send the message to our leaders." Back on the human warship, Captain Marcus stood calm on his bridge. He looked at the alien fleet ahead. "They think they are strong," Marcus said quietly, "but they have no idea who we really are." His crew worked swiftly, running checks on weapons and defenses. Marcus's voice was steady. "This ship carries the hope of humanity. Today, we show the galaxy that humans are not weak. Prepare for whatever comes." The alien fleet was tense. Their leaders whispered fears they had never shared before. The humans were a mystery and a threat. Then, just as the human ship stopped, moving forward, the sensors on the flagship caught a new signal, a warning from deep space. Ralvik stared at the screen, heart pounding. This is only the beginning, he thought. Suddenly, the human warship's engines glowed brighter. The ship powered up. The shield flashed stronger than before. The alien fleet knew a storm was coming. Asterisk. The arrival, the cold silence of space was broken by the steady hum of engines. The human warship moved calmly deeper into the alien fleet's territory. It was like a giant shadow, dark and silent, but full of power. Commander Ralvik paced on his bridge, eyes locked on the screen. He could feel the tension building in every crew member. Why don't they attack? He asked himself. Are they testing us? Or waiting for something? The alien captains whispered among themselves. Some believed the humans were confident, maybe. Too confident. Others feared it was a trap. The unknown made their hearts beat faster. Suddenly, the human warship's communication system crackled to life. A voice echoed through the fleet's channels, clear, calm, and commanding. It was not angry or hostile, but full of quiet strength. This is Captain Marcus of the Terran warship Valor. We come with a message for the Galactic Council and all who hear. Humanity will not be pushed aside. We demand respect and peace, but we will not hesitate to defend what is ours. The message sent a shockwave through the alien fleet. Some ships shifted nervously. Others prepared their weapons just in case. Ralvik's jaw tightened. Who gave him the right to speak for the whole galaxy? He snapped. Varric, standing nearby, whispered, They speak with power, like they have won battles before. As the human warship floated like a giant fortress, the aliens studied its design closely. It had armor that shimmered with unknown alloys. Its weapons were silent, but clearly deadly. The glowing shield still pulsed steadily, protecting it from any attack. Suddenly, the human ship began powering up a large device on its main deck. Blue energy gathered in a sphere, glowing brighter and brighter. The alien fleet immediately sounded alarms. What is that weapon? One officer yelled. Corin's voice was tense. It's a weapon unlike anything in our records. It might be a new kind of plasma cannon or worse. Ralvik knew they had to act fast. Prepare all ships to fire. On my command, target that weapon before it charges fully. The fleet's guns glowed red, ready to unleash destruction. But before the command could be given, the human warship sent a pulse of energy into space. A wave of blue light spread out, hitting the alien fleet's ships like a storm. The ships shuddered and lost power. Their weapons flickered and died. Alien pilots shouted in confusion. The human's shield is more than defense. It disrupts our systems. Ralvik shouted, Commander, we are losing control of our ships. Corin cried. Chaos spread across the fleet. The once proud and ordered force now struggled to keep systems alive. Ralvik clenched his claws. Hold your positions. Do not let fear break you. But even as he spoke, the alien fleet felt panic rise like wildfire. The human warship stayed calm, untouched by the storm it created. Captain Marcus's voice came again, steady and cold. This is your only warning. Stand down and accept peace, or prepare to be destroyed. The alien commanders exchanged fearful glances. For the first time, they saw humanity not as weak or foolish, but as a force unlike any other. Ralvik took a deep breath and said quietly, We must find a way to stop that ship before it's too late. First contact, the alien fleet was still struggling. Many ships were drifting powerless, caught in the strange energy storm sent by the human warship. Commander Ralvik's heart pounded as he watched his fleet fall into chaos. But then something unexpected happened. A squadron of sleek human fighters burst from the warship's hangar bays like lightning. Their small ships darted through space with incredible speed and precision. The alien pilots gasped in surprise. These human fighters moved with skill and confidence they had never seen before. Ralvik shouted, All ships, prepare to engage. Don't let them break through. The human fighters split into groups and attacked the alien ships with deadly accuracy. Their weapons fired bright bolts of energy that pierced alien armor effortlessly. Alien ships exploded one by one. Panic grew among their ranks. Ralvik stared at the battle map. They fight like trained hunters, not careless warriors. Nearby, Lieutenant Varric gripped his console. Commander, their tactics are unpredictable. They use hit-and-run attacks, then vanish into the shadows of space. Ralvik nodded grimly. We underestimated them. Humans are more dangerous than we believed. On the human warship, Captain Marcus watched the battle unfold. His face was calm but fierce. Our training prepares us for war, he said softly. But it is our spirit that makes us unstoppable. His second-in-command, Lieutenant Harper, smiled. I don't know what we can do yet. Suddenly, the human warship's main weapon powered up again. This time, it was not just a weapon. It was a signal. A bright pulse of light shot across space, aimed at the alien flagship Dot. The alien flagship shuddered. Its systems flickered violently. Ralvik shouted, "Shields holding, but we cannot last long." An alien officer called out, "Commander, our communications are failing. We cannot coordinate our fleet." Chaos erupted. Some alien ships began to retreat, fearing total destruction. Others fought desperately to protect their leader, but the humans pressed their advantage. The boarding crafts launched from the warship, small vessels filled with soldiers. The aliens had no time to prepare. Human soldiers boarded several ships, overwhelming the alien crews with ruthless efficiency. Ralvik's voice cracked. This is not just a battle. It's a war we did not expect. The alien fleet was breaking apart. In the midst of the fight, Ralvik made a decision. We must retreat and regroup. Call the council. Warn them of humanity's power. But even as he spoke, the human warship's silent presence loomed. The message was clear. The humans were here to change everything. Chaos in the ranks. Alien fleet was falling apart. Ships drifted aimlessly, many without power or communication. The once proud and organized armada was now a sea of confusion. Commander Ralvik struggled to keep control. Focus. Regain formation. We cannot lose our fleet like this. But his orders were lost in the chaos. Alien pilots shouted over broken radios. Some tried to regroup, but others panicked and fled. The human warship floated like a ghost among the wreckage, untouchable and deadly. On board, Captain Marcus watched the destruction calmly. Our technology disrupts their systems, he explained. To his officers, they cannot fight properly if they cannot speak or aim. Back on the alien flagship, Lieutenant Varric worked furiously to repair communication channels. Sweat dripped from his brow. Commander, he said, their weapon scrambles our signals. We cannot call for backup. Ralvik gritted his teeth. Then we fight blind. Order all ships to focus fire on the human warship's shields. If we break that, we may turn the tide. But the aliens' efforts were slow. Their weapons struggled to penetrate the human shields. Panic grew as more ships were lost. The fleet's morale sank. A young pilot, Nara, gripped her controls tightly. This is a nightmare. I've never felt fear like this. Her wingman replied, Stay strong. We fight for our homes. Suddenly, the human warship launched a new attack, not with weapons, but with a powerful pulse of energy. The pulse hit the alien fleet's engines, causing several ships to lose propulsion. Ships drifted helplessly. Ralvik shouted, We must fall back, retreat to safer space. But the retreat was messy. Some ships crashed into each other. Others were picked off by human fighters. Chaos spread like wildfire. Despite this, a few alien commanders refused to give up. Ralvik looked at the damage report. We are broken, but not beaten. We need a plan. He sent out a final message to the Council. Humanity is more powerful than we imagined. We must prepare for war. The alien fleet scattered into the stars, leaving behind wreckage and fear. But the humans did not chase. Captain Marcus spoke softly. They will come back, and we will be ready. The human advantage of the alien fleet was battered and broken, scattered across the starry void. But the human warship calm and steady prepared for the next phase. Inside the Valor, soldiers readied themselves. Unlike their enemies, they fought with more than weapons. They had training, discipline, and fierce will. Captain Marcus stood tall. This fight is not just about firepower. It's about heart. Humans never backed down. Small crafts launched silently from the warship boarding vessels, designed to attach quickly to enemy ships. Commander Ralvik watched helplessly from his damaged flagship as human soldiers boarded several alien ships. The aliens were shocked. Their weapons were powerful, but they were no match in close combat. Human soldiers moved like shadows, quiet, fast, and deadly. In the corridors of the alien ships, panic spread. Crew members abandoned their stations or tried to fight, but the humans pushed forward. A young alien engineer named Sora hid behind a bulkhead, heart pounding. She watched as human soldiers took control of the bridge. "They are unstoppable," she whispered. Back on the human warship, Lieutenant Harper reported, "Our boarding teams have secured 3 ships and are disabling their weapons." "Captain." Marcus nodded. "Good. We need to send a clear message. Humanity is more than machines. We are a force that never quits." Meanwhile, the alien fleet was in disarray. Some commanders wanted to surrender. Others called for reinforcements from distant systems. But the fear was clear. Humans had an advantage no technology could match. They fought with spirit. Ralvik clenched his claws in frustration. "We must regroup and strike back before they take everything." But deep down, even he knew the war had changed. The humans were no longer the species to ignore. They were the new apex predators of the stars. Asterisk. Turning the tide, the alien fleet was reeling, but not yet defeated. Reinforcements arrived from nearby systems, bringing fresh ships and hope. Commander Ralvik breathed a small sigh of relief. "We are not finished yet." But the humans were ready. Captain. Marcus studied the battlefield from the bridge of the Valor. "They think they can regroup. We will show them the true meaning of human strategy." The human warship moved with surprising speed, weaving through asteroid fields and debris. Using the terrain of space itself, they avoided enemy sensors and heavy fire. Small fighter groups darted around alien ships, striking weak points and disappearing before retaliation. Ralvik watched helplessly as alien ships were picked off one by one. "Their tactics. They use the environment as a weapon," he muttered. On board the human ship, Lieutenant Harper smiled. "We don't just fight hard. We fight smart." Human soldiers launched surprise attacks on alien supply lines, cutting off fuel and ammunition. The alien fleet's morale sank further. Leaders argued and blamed each other for failures. Even the strongest commanders doubted their chances. Ralvik sent a message to the council. "We must find a new plan or lose everything." Captain Marcus's voice echoed over the radio waves. "This war is not just about ships or weapons. It's about willpower and intelligence. Humanity has both in endless supply." The humans moved closer to the alien homeworld. The final battle looming. The galaxy watched and waited. The rising power of humanity was no longer a secret. Asterisk, aftermath, and warning. Alien fleet was shattered. Many ships limped away, leaving behind burning wrecks and silent space. Commander Ralvik sat on his bridge, staring at the empty stars. The cost was great. His fleet had lost more than he ever imagined. The human warship Valor hovered near the fen edge of the battlefield, quiet but powerful. Captain Marcus looked out at the retreating enemies. "We showed them who we are." He activated the ship's communication system and sent a clear message to the entire galaxy. This is humanity. We do not seek war, but we will defend our home and our people. Any threat against Earth or its allies will be met with the full force of our will. Across the galaxy, alien worlds received the warning. Fear and respect grew in equal measure. The era of ignoring humans was over. Back on the damaged alien flagship, Ralvek made a promise. We will rebuild. We will learn from this defeat. But deep inside, he knew the galaxy would never be the same. Humans had awakened as a force, unlike any other dot. As the valor disappeared into the stars, whispers spread. Humanity is no longer just a planet. It is a power, a storm, a future we must fear. And somewhere, in the darkness, Captain Marcus prepared for what was next. Asterisk.